So you want to start a magazine, but you're finding yourself wondering, how am I going to make any money? How am I going to make my magazine profitable? How do I turn my idea for a magazine into a real business? Take it from me. Hi, I'm Kate, and I am the founder and editor-in-chief of 2 successful magazines with over 13 million views, a 6-figure subscriber list, and well over 6 figures in revenue. I also founded the Editor Academy, which is the most comprehensive course for starting a magazine, where I walk you through how to do every single step from choosing a name and a niche to designing, marketing, and of course, monetizing. So let's get into it. One of my most asked questions is, how do magazines make any money? I started my magazines well over a decade ago, and it took me a lot of trial and error and a good chunk of time to find my groove and find the right strategies that would actually make me money. Fast forward to now, and running my magazines is now my full-time gig, where I am able to put all of my energy into something that I love and stay home with my kids. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys the main ways that a magazine makes money, and if you put all of your money-making efforts into them, you'll be well on your way to running a profitable magazine. So the first way a magazine makes money is, pause for shock, with ads. Traditional in-issue advertising makes up about 50% of my magazine revenue. This means any ads that you see inside of a magazine, traditional ads placed on the pages. These are paid for by brands and include a link back to the brand website. Now, if you're just starting a magazine, you cannot sit back and wait for advertisers to flood your inbox. It doesn't happen that way. In order to land advertising inside of your magazine, you need to be actively pitching brands that align with your audience. But before you slam your head on the desk and think, well, that's it, I can't sell ads. This is what I teach inside of the Editor Academy. Inside the course, I'm giving you my exact pitch script that I use to open up the conversation with these advertisers, what they will ask you for, what you need to have prepared, and a beginner's guide to pricing your ads. You can use this script to send to your own potential advertisers and stop wondering how you even get started with pitching ads. The next way that magazines make money is with sponsored website content. Now, this makes up about 15% of my magazine revenue. So sponsored website content might look like sponsored blog articles or website articles placed on your magazine's website. Now, these are paid for by brands where they often get to choose the topic and choose the content inside of that article. In the case of my magazines, we often work with brands to allow them to choose the topic, and then we will draft the copy and send to them for approval. Once it's approved, we will publish it to our magazine's website, and you will see the article on the website, often with a little tag at the top that says, sponsored by the brand. If you have a decent following or a decent amount of web traffic to your magazine's website, then this is a great way for you to sell sponsored content to brands who want to capitalize on the traffic that you're getting. Another way to make money with your magazine is through sponsored newsletter content. So as you're growing your magazine's subscriber list, this is a great thing to pitch advertisers who want to take advantage of the number of subscribers on your list. Now, my magazines have over 6 figures in subscribers, so you can imagine how appealing it is to a brand to be able to get their message or their launch or their product or their content in front of our readers when it means that message will be going out to over 6 figures in subscribers. This is why I always push growing your magazine's readership and growing your subscriber list, because it offers you an opportunity to then make money on your subscriber list with your newsletter. My magazines often send out emails weekly or monthly, depending on when we launch a new issue, and we have a section inside of our newsletter that is paid for by brands for sponsored content. Brands have the option to sponsor an entire newsletter, to sponsor a section of the newsletter, but they know that their message and their brand is getting out to at least 6 figures in subscribers and landing directly in their inbox. This is why, as a new magazine, you really want to focus on growing your subscriber list. Another way that magazines make money is with sponsored social media content. This makes up about another 15% of my magazine revenue. So sponsored social media content is where brands might buy a sponsored Instagram post, a sponsored TikTok video, or a sponsored Facebook post if you're driving traffic there. Sponsored social media content gives brands the opportunity to get in front of the audience that you are building on social media. If you have a great following on TikTok, maybe you're pitching brands sponsored TikTok videos. If you have a lot of people on your Facebook page, maybe you're pitching that to brands and brands would buy a sponsored post on your Facebook page. Now, we have separate sponsored content rates for our social media, entirely different from the sponsored content on our website, and opportunities for brands might include a sponsored in-feed post on Instagram, an Instagram story. Sometimes you bundle them together as a package. All of these opportunities that you can put together as a bundle for advertisers allow them to get in front of your social media following. It's a really great way for you to make money as a magazine, especially if you already have a good following going on any social platform. Next up, you can make money with your magazine on your website traffic, or in broader terms, with display advertising. Display ads are all of those ads that you see on a magazine's website in the sidebars, in the header, in the footer, and oftentimes after every single image in a website article. Display advertising makes up about 20% of my magazine revenue. The best way for you as a new magazine to start making money with display ads is to get into an ad network like Mediavine or Raptive. This is something that I teach inside of the Editor Academy, where I give you my exact strategy for driving tens of thousands of readers to my website every single month. It's the same strategy that I used and followed to get my magazines into an ad network and start making money, which is entirely passive, from the traffic that we are driving to our websites. Depending on how much time you have to put into it and how much work you do, you could get into one of these ad networks in just a couple of months. Now, I know that people are nervous because of the helpful content update that Google did last year.
Wait, what?
But I can confidently tell you that we are still making money on our display advertising and still driving a good amount of traffic to our website. The more content that you put onto your websites every week, the more ways that you can drive traffic to your website from your social media, from your newsletter, the more opportunities you have to make money from your display ads. These ad networks like Mediavine and Raptive handle the advertising on your website for you. They sell the ads, they place the ads, and you just focus on driving traffic. Depending on the amount of traffic that goes to your magazine's websites every single month, those display ads that are placed there will make you money. At the end of the month, Mediavine or Raptive or whatever ad network you're a part of will cut you a check. Apart from the work that you're putting in to create the content and drive the traffic, this advertising money is almost entirely passive. As a new magazine, this is probably one of the quickest ways for you to start generating money with advertising. So the final way to make money with your magazine is through subscriptions or through the sale of your issues. If you're a print magazine, you might sell physical copies of your magazine on your website or collaborate with local stores that will carry your magazine and you will sell the issues to them. You can sell your issues, print or digital, on your website, and your publishing platform like Issue for One will allow you to set the price for an issue and sell directly on their platform. If you're using a publishing platform like Flipsnack that doesn't allow you to sell your issues directly on their platform, you can set up a service like Stripe to collect their payment and then direct your reader to the issue that they paid for, either hosted on a private page of your website or a password protected issue on a platform like Flipsnack. Now, my magazines are currently free, so subscriptions and issue sales are not a part of my revenue at this time, but this is a very popular option for magazine publishers. The reality is, people read magazines. Yes, they do. They read them in digital, they read them in print. It is entirely possible for you to start a magazine and publish it profitably. I know because I've done it. So now that you have an idea of how magazines make money and you want to dive right in to start your own magazine, I have a free masterclass that will walk you through the first couple of steps to get your magazine up and running, and you can find that link in the description box right now. If you got value from today's video, I would love for you to subscribe and comment down below other videos you'd like for me to create for you, what questions that you have, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.